Hi folks, this is Tim Farrell and I'm here with Fred Karakas in Port Orchard, and he runs a local bike shop and he's got some stories to tell. So Fred, rumor has it that you not only qualified for the 1956 Olympics, you also have had a bike that participated in 1992.
Yes, name is Fred Karakas. I'm 82 years old, still an active rider, commuter to work. I did qualify in 1950 for the 56 Olympics in 55 after I won the biggest race in the country, which was the Elgin Chicago at that point. My coach, who didn't want me to go because I qualified in the road race, and he felt that the Europeans would kill me, and he was probably right now that I know how mature. But I did go in the Air Force. I was flying fighters in Arizona, and in '63 I qualified for the '64 Olympics, but the Air Force would not turn loose of me because I had a critical AFSC. I was a fighter pilot. So in '64 I was flying over the Ho Chi Minh Trail during the Olympics and dropping bombs and stuff. Ho Chi Minh flew 250 missions over there. Now,
so tell me about this bike over here.
Yes, this is a Cannondale, which I saw Cannondale was building crit bikes, and I said, that is a perfect bike for track. All you got to do is put a rear dropout on it, because it has a higher bottom bracket, which gives you the clearance, and it was typically Cannondale stiff. And so I talked to Joe Montgomery and got him to build that. They finally built it in late '91, early '92, and they called me up and said, got some good news, got some bad news. What's the good news? Joe built your bike for you, Fred. What's the bad news? We can't make any more of them. We have to send them to the Olympics, and you are the same size as Ken Carpenter, and the rest is history. He took my bike, went on to win medals. I'm not sure whether gold or silver, and I don't know if you got some more.
Talk to me about this historic bike too.
Yeah, this I met the people that rode that bike in the 1890s. These were the bikes. This was a Napoleon, wooden wheels, 1-inch pitch chain. It was the very first of the two-wheel, the same bikes after the penny farthings. And the people that rode this were really the highest paid athletes in the world, because there were no airplanes, there were no automobiles, and so some of them made up close to $1 million. Major Taylors and mile-a-minute Murphys and all that. I ran into them when I won the Elgin Chicago in '55. The bicycle racing stars of the 19th century still had a club that they ran in Chicago, and after I won, I was 16-year-old, dumber than a stump, I guess, but fast. And they were shaking my hands and saying, wonderful job. And I'm like, who are these old guys? They were my age in their 70s and 80s and still had a group that met together. And then they sent me that plaque in a couple months, and it said, bicycle racing stars of the 19th century. Come on, I'm a star of the 20th. I'm 16 years old. You know, and I put it away and never thought about it until later. I finally realized those were the same guys that were riding the track bikes, fastest men in the world and all that. And I'm still doing it.
So what is your business here?
I love of bikes. I try to get people to use biking to stay in shape and to stay healthy, because it was my life saving. It's like the elixir of youth, staying on your bike. And so I basically come here and I coach people. I've got some very successful people riding. I try to help people with their health, get them through the vagaries of old age, bad joints and bad hearts and all that. And I try to teach them to do it. Made a few changes. One of the things was that I did write the book on short, intense intervals in 1980 when I ended up in a cardiac unit, and then got my master's in biochemistry. I took it to the Cycling Federation, and they told me I was full of crap. I didn't know what I was talking about when I was doing short, intense intervals. But I've been doing them for 40 years. The guy that told me I was full of crap died the next year from heart attack trying to keep up with some young riders from Colorado Springs. So I just keep doing. I'm kind of sure I know what I'm doing right. The short, intense intervals actually came from my coach, Mike Walden, out of Detroit. He taught me using short, intense intervals, and they really work. So I just put science behind it.
Well, Fred, thank you so much for talking with us. And I know I'm begging you to show up to the show, but if you can't make it, anybody, you want to come down, he's right here on the corner of Bay and Sidney in downtown Port Orchard. Great guy with a great collection of bikes, and he will fix your bike. You do repairs for how much?
$20-25 for tune-ups.
Sounds good. All right, take care, guys. Bye.